I'm working from home today. If you watch this to the end, there will be a smallish rant. Happy Friday. I'm taking you to a dance rehearsal. He claims he's never danced before, but he looks like something out of Strictly. The end of the week. I'm not actually sure if this is going to turn into a rant. I'm working from home today and not some of the things we've been discussing this week. The problems around the high street and the retail, how the gig economy and freelancers are changing everything. I thought it would be pretty obvious to know what is happening, but it seems that not everyone is sort of taking action, and I think I need to tell you that you need to take action quite fast. In the next few years, everything will be subcontracted freelance. Makes it much simpler on the businesses to grow, simplifies the system and makes everyone more productive. Everyone thinks that the gig economy is just this bad thing that's there just to kind of rip people out of money, pensions and everything. 90% of what you know now is going to be irrelevant in the next 2 years. If you don't start becoming your own brand, then you're either going to lose your job to AI, artificial intelligence, or you're going to lose your job to a freelance contract and having to negotiate your pay and everything. Unless you are providing a service or you are creative. So I've worked for the same company 25, 35 years, or the owners don't want to do it anymore, to retirement point, accidentally become a freelancer. And there's a big difference between entrepreneurship and people that want to grow a vision, thing they've always wanted to do, or through lack of resources, have to do, versus somebody who's just become an accidental freelancer, doesn't have the passion to really want to work for themselves. You need to decide, well, which one of those are you going to be in, because you're either going to let it happen to you, or you can do something about it now, whether that's working on the side to work up your business skills, how much you're worth, or you can actually start to live your vision and work on your purpose and what you actually want to do. Caught in the middle of change right now because of the demand for space. I'm sometimes classed as too creative to be commercially minded, because that's the assumption that comes with creatives, and I'm too commercially minded for creative non-for-profits. They get a bit scared when you actually are strategic and they think, oh whoa, we are trying to do things for purpose and social value, but you still need to be sustainable. Now the market's changing, helping people to know how to do that. Organic growth for non-profits, social enterprises. Creative things are going to be things that you can't automate. If you're in the creative industry, you're working for yourself, or you're struggling along trying to improve, you can learn to be strategic, how to have business skills. If you're not in the creative industry, you're not offering service that you can't get elsewhere, something you can't get online, and you're working for a company, you're just a ticking time bomb. Some companies, some social enterprises and some non-profits will be slower than others to outsource their staff. However, over the next 2 years, you're going to see dramatic changes. Right now, the virtual assistance market is growing, everyone's outsourcing. Time is the value. It's what companies, small and large, they don't want to pay someone for 8 hours when they can get that level of productivity by hiring them in for 4 hours. This is something that I've known about from bootstrapping, but it's only now catching on in organisations because they learn to be more productive. There's more things to do with keeping up on social media, and they're outsourcing to more expertise. If you are going to get offered your job as a freelancer and you're like, oh, I could never run my own business, what are you going to do about it? Where are you going to start? What have you always wanted to do? You're in a job in finance and you really love it. Well, you need to be planning for when your work is outsourced, and you want to make sure that you are the person that they go to. So you need to know how to negotiate contracts, how to charge your worth, what packages you should be offering, how to systemize the business, the things that the automation can't. The reason that the high street and the retailers, businesses are struggling because they're not different enough. Working spaces that are growing because there's more freelancers and that the demand is growing. People don't want existing office space. They want a mixture of use of leisure, business. A lot of agents will know this and they'll tell you, yeah, we take on your property, we'll manage this for you. But they don't know how to get the right people in. And until you pull the right talent together, the opportunities can't grow organically. So you have to manufacture at the beginning, and then it snowballs and you can leave that co-working space do its work. So let's say, for instance, you've got the high street, you've got all these small businesses, some of which have got growth mindsets and some of which have got fixed mindsets. Some of them are just waiting for customers and they don't know how to grow their business and they have no intention to find out until it's too late. Whereas you've got some who are entrepreneurial, who know how to grow their business, or at least will take the time to learn. A leisure or a business facility that houses these types of businesses work. You have to have the right person in to run it. You can't just take a rental and think that they're going to come. Some landlords don't know that market even exists. They want, okay, we'll just put the space there, we'll call it a creative cluster and these people will come. But they won't. Enter them into the space, create opportunities for them so that they start gaining confidence, they start working with each other. And that needs to be across business, leisure, retail. Need a connector with the knowledge to be able to do that. Whether it's a big business or a small business, and they're not creating change. Cardiff yesterday, and a bar that's only been there for 2 months. I just knew that this bar was going to be successful. The attention to detail was just incredible. Nothing like it in Cardiff, nothing like it in my opinion this side of London. And I'm not just talking about the fizzing cocktails, and I'm talking about the attention to detail when it comes to what they say, when they give in the bill. Very little things that they've taken care of. The things that they have happening in the space. Started it, female entrepreneur network events in retail or business things. Thankfully it wasn't too much of a rant as I thought it was going to be. What I'm saying is the gig economy, the freelance economy, the whole job market, if you don't learn how to become one of those freelancers, to outsource your work, or you actually run a business yourself, if that's what you've always wanted to do, then you are going to be a redundant person. But it's not too late to start now. It's not too late to learn what you've always wanted to do, how to give value, how to connect with people. I had a brilliant week. I met some amazing people. I've got some amazing meetings lined up next week. If you're not working on your goals now, or you're not working towards your ultimate job, your ultimate career, and there's plenty of groups to help you do that. You've got like Ed's Freelance Heroes group, which has got literally growing by hundreds a month. You either join these groups and learn how to sell your work, whether that's in the creative industry, whether that's in the service industry, whether that's financial, even organisational. You either learn how you're going to sell your work in the future, the next few years, or you're not going to have a job. And you have to decide, what am I going to do about it ahead of the game? You have to stay ahead of the game. On that note, I'm going to leave you. It's Friday. I just want you to chase your vision. I've been doing loads of videos on actually how practical you can do it. But if you want to start somewhere, just start. Just read, work out other people who have done it, follow what they do. Try again. Nothing works the first time, and that's where you see most people fail. So 1 month, 3 months, 3 years in, 5 years in, some people, they can't handle the problem crisis the working for yourself brings. But what's your alternative? Have a lovely Friday, ready to be outsourced, because otherwise the decision is going to get taken away from you. Good day.